Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks again for tuning in. On today's show, we'll recap all the action of Ferris State football, hockey, and women's soccer. We'll start with Bulldog football and joined by assistant coach Sparky McEwen. And, Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Great to be back.
Bulldogs still unbeaten on the year, 9-0, but a close game this past weekend, 49-39 over Northern Michigan, and certainly a challenge playing up in the Dome.
Boy, it seems that all the games at this point are going to be close, especially when we've won, so many in a row in the GLIAC. Playing up there at Northern Michigan in Marquette, boy, I tell you what, as advertised, it's tough. It's a tough place to play. They're doing a great job with their organization up there, and we knew that ball game was going to be tough going in.
24 straight regular season wins for the Bulldogs, 13 of those in a row now coming on the road. What's made the Bulldogs such a good team here on the road?
This team seems to really lock in and focus, on the road, and Tony Anise has done a great job of getting the attention of our guys because just winning a football game, period, is tough, whether you're at home, on the road, but obviously on the road and then that travel up to Marquette on the bus. Wow, it's just an amazing game to go into because it was a shootout, and our guys locked in and got it done.
As we go to some of the highlights from the game, the offense gets so much attention, obviously, for the Bulldogs with the success they've had, but the defense got off to a great start, forcing a turnover on the opening play.
Well, our defense right now, they're tough. They're number one right now in the conference, and they're playing well, and they show it when we need to. We need them to win big games, and the opening play, you can't do it as an offense, and our guys actually stepped up and made a big play, and before you know it, we took a little momentum from them. We got the momentum pretty quick here, and on the second play, we were able to get into the end zone.
Antonio Eggers, a senior here, able to get into the end zone, and he's had a great season for you.
Oh, he's played outstanding. As a senior, he's a great leader, great role model for us, and he's played tough all year for us.
Bulldogs here turn the ball over as two quick turnovers lead to 10 Northern Michigan points, and you find yourselves in a little bit of a hole as the Wildcats were able to take advantage.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because you don't want to give them the short field, and we did that, and Coach Anise stresses not turn the football over, and we did that, and they took advantage of it.
Northern Michigan here trying to get the play in the end zone. Bulldogs able to hold them to a field goal, and you trailed 10-7. But certainly the offense, as they've done all year, able to answer back.
Yeah, we got a half a stop there, and then Jason, we put the ball back in his hands, and he's been a great leader for us. He is who he is, and he took us down, and we had a big score.
Jason, 175 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns, gets one right here to tie the all-time mark for most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in NCAA history.
He's a durable player. In order to get a mark like that, you have to be a guy that takes snap after snap, and he's done it all year.
Bulldogs at one point trailed 24-21. You get pinned back here, the 1-yard line, and a tough spot to put the offense in, but they were able to put a great drive together.
Well, catching, that was a concern going in. Catching punts in that dome, the wood matches the color of the ball, and, we've been pretty good on punt return, and he kind of lost it there in the wood.
Jake Lampman, senior here, and we'll see another reception made by him coming up here on this next play, and makes a great move after the catch.
In his career, I told him and his family afterwards this is probably arguably his best game here at Ferris State. He kind of put us on his back. He does a great job in running the football, receiving the football, and blocking.
Jamel Lockett, wide receiver, delivering the hit here, and the Bulldogs able to get into the end zone again. You coach the wide receivers. Just talk about the fact you have so many guys to coach and work with that are really impact type of players.
Makes my job easy. All these guys, they come to work every day. They're hard workers. They're competitive players. They're all leaders. And more importantly, they're physical in the blocking game, and that helps us in our running game quite a bit.
Bulldogs turn the football over there, and leads to a halfback pass here as Northern Michigan takes the lead late in the first half. And again, a challenge when you turn the football over.
Sudden change, okay, and this is what you don't want to have happen. Sudden change, and now they have all the momentum in the world, and they come back with a trick play and they get in the end zone. But having the big boy, in your backfield, helps us out tremendously.
Get off to a great start to start the second half. The Bulldogs score, but Northern Michigan again, it seems like every time you put them in a hole, they responded.
As well as our defense played, Northern Michigan, you have to give them some credit because they had a couple plays there where they made big plays themselves, and defense will get them to long yardage downs, and they capitalized several times.
Jason, his 4th touchdown there is the Wildcats with the football here again, able to answer as they'll eventually cut the margin to 42-39, and then fortunately Ferris State was able to answer.
Well, in a game like this here, where it's going back and forth, it's now going to be a game of making big plays, and I think we just made a few more big plays than what they did.
Just the touchdown here. They go for 2 on this next play, and able to cut the margin back to 3, but as all good teams do, you're able to put a drive together, and Robert Thomas III able to get into the end zone.
Well, we're excited for Robert. You know, Robert's a guy that's been waiting to make his name, you know, felt here, and with Jahan being down, he stepped in and did a great job for us.
You improved to 9-0 with that victory, and now you return home. Hard to believe, a quick season already, a regular season finale this Saturday, and senior day against Walsh University.
You know, it's amazing how the years have gone by. You know, the Jake Lattmans of the world and the Vanderlons, this is going to be it for them at home. You know, they know it, so we look forward to those guys coming out. It's going to be a very emotional afternoon for us, but at the same time, these guys know that we still have some work to do.
What's the senior class meant to the Bulldog program coming in with a new coaching staff, obviously 4 years ago? What have they meant to this program?
You know, if you take a look at it, it was like the perfect, you know, match. You know, with Tony Anise and the style of offense that he brings and his competitiveness, and we had a great kid that was able to accept that, you know, style of coach. And meantime, you know, what are we working on? 25 in a row. We're working on a second GLIAC championship. You know, you can't say any more.
Certainly, the GLIAC championship, you have a chance to win a second straight. I know that obviously means something with the work that's been put in throughout the offseason and certainly this fall.
Well, that's what they plan on. You know, that's what they plan on going in. You know, it was important that we return a lot of starters, and those guys understood that, you know, coming back, you know, once again, repeating as GLIAC champions and positioning ourselves, you know, to move forward in the playoffs. And we have all that at our hands, you know, this week, so we got a lot to play for.
You played Walsh University. They were off this past weekend. What do you know about the Cavaliers going into this matchup?
Well, the one thing that I know about the Cavaliers is this. Last year we played them, and it was the last ball game of the year, and we were one play away from not winning that football game. So our guys understand going in that they're going to be upset-minded, okay, coming up the top tacker. But at the same time, we were in that ball game last year where we knew it was going to be a tough game. And so this year, we got a little more incentive to go in there and play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
We saw some of that from Northern Michigan this past week. Certainly saw it from Walsh last year. A team that comes in really nothing to lose, taking on one of the top teams in the country.
Yeah, you know what? They've lost some tough games. You know, they're a well-coached team. They do things well on offense and defense, but like I said, they've been in some tough ball games. And I think because they were young, you know, they weren't able to win some of those games. So we know what's coming to top tackers. So we're not going to overlook these guys at all. We're going to have our hands full.
I know for you, third or fourth year back here at Ferris State, what's it like being a part of this staff and coaching these guys?
Oh, it's great. You know, being able to go on a run like this, and you know, I have history with Coach Anise and obviously history here at Ferris State. So from both ends, for me, it's been very special. And you know, my whole deal is that you know you want to go out, you know, on a good note. And this week, that's our focus. Our focus is going in and doing things the right way against Walsh.
Certainly plenty to play for, as you mentioned, with the GLIAC championship on the line, senior day, and really to set the tone as you move towards the postseason.
There's so much to play for. There's so much to play for, but we tell our players, you know, you got to take it one play at a time. And if we take it one play at a time and we take care of the football, you know, we should be fine. You know, everything else will work itself out.
Well, Coach, congratulations again on the win, the 9-0 start, and best of luck to the Bulldogs this weekend.
Thank you. Look forward to it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.